Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
All right, average Jocks fans, welcome back to another episode. This week is a bit of, I'd call it our own emergency backup goal episode.
No.
Why not? That was a great intro, and you just fucked it right up.
Sorry.
Welcome. No. This is how we don't even cut this out. Welcome, Adam. I'm not going to pronounce your last name, Banny, and Cass. And your name is different on Facebook than it actually is, so I'm going to call you Cass and Adam. Welcome to the show, boys.
Thanks for having us, boys.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. I was just going to say, don't discredit them to being e-bugs. That's all I was going to say.
We literally
Just right off the bat, you're belittling the guests.
So
you don't think anybody's going to want to come back on if you fucking
verbal.
say it. So you're a third string goaltender tonight. We didn't really want you, but thanks for coming.
I mean, you thought that, and it took your verbal diarrhea 13 seconds to just fucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Okay,
But
when I was
scenic
told I
route.
was the 11th pick,
Scenic
it's
route.
okay. So
The scenic route.
Holy fuck! I kind of love you. Eh?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Vegas is I don't know. Vegas is running almost to the cup final with the fourth string goalie, so I'm kind of okay being
is it
being
the
a
fifth string?
to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Fuck
that.
one bug tonight. Let me know how that goes.
Hey, bud. We might have another Grayson in 9 months if that happens. You never know.
No. Oh, I thought that was a big announcement. You were
God.
on average Jocks to let the world know, all 13 of our viewers for next week, that you're daddy to two.
Fuck no, dude. I
Oh,
can barely
wow.
take care of the one that I have.
Yeah, and your wife can barely take care of both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a fucking saint.
Thanks, Cindy. Cindy's his mother-in-law.
Oh,
She
my-
takes care of all
Oh.
three of them. And we're also shout out Bud Light for taking care of Cindy. No, Canadian.
Yeah,
We'll thank Canadian for taking care of Cindy.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. So, what's who's that NFL coach? Playoff or no? Oh fuck, it's not playoffs. Never mind. Practice.
Practice.
We're
That's
talking playoffs, not practice.
That was Allen Iverson.
no.
Oh, playoff the Colts. That was the Colts.
Colts coach, yeah,
head
mustache
coach.
there.
Yeah.
Danny, what are you watching there, bud? Game tape?
absolutely nothing. I'm just waiting for you guys right now.
Well, you're not even looking at the camera. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's also the score in the background for Vegas and Dallas right now.
What's the score? Update our viewers.
1-1. 1-1
1-1.
right now at the end of the first period. 13 shots for the Vegas Golden Knights, 11 shots for the Dallas Stars. William Karlsson scored 4 minutes in. Jason Robinson scored 15 minutes in on the power play.
You said it's the end of the first?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll roll to the end of the third. We'll just bold prediction
Yeah.
right off the bat. Who wins? Vegas sweep or you have Dallas?
No, I think Dallas 4-2.
All right. Cass.
I'm agreeing with Laddie on the Dallas, but I don't think there's going to be that many goals. I honestly think next one takes it. So
Who
2-1 Dallas.
OT
but I
or
think we're gonna get
OT or within regulation?
yeah. I'm gonna say OT just because so many of this round has gone.
Okay. Who's your OT winner for Dallas?
I'll say Robinson gets 2, or Pavelski because
That was who I had in my head.
he's
Danny.
been fire.
3-2 Vegas, sweep, OT. Mark Stone gets the game winner. Same storyline as Kachuk here.
Fuck, I hate
Mark
Mark.
Stone just continues to dominate.
I am going to say Vegas as well. They're going to do the clean sweep. But I fucking hate Mark Stone. I hope somebody breaks his fucking hand, and maybe like Jamie Benn beats him up in the hall or something.
After the game in the press box.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with 3-2 in OT. And
So you're copying me.
did you say OT?
Yeah.
Okay, who's your OT winner? Mark Stone. Oh
Stone.
yeah, that guy fucking sucks. My OT winner is Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel.
How wild is that? Is that
Eichel Tower.
how wild is it that Phil is sitting in the press box right now?
But I'm sure he asked to sit in the press box.
Do you think he's just crushing hot dogs up there?
No doubt.
What else would he be doing?
To be honest with you, I don't think
He
he
has
knows
a-
he's playing.
Jumbo dog in his hand with
All
a
time.
fucking ripper on his lap, bud.
I mean, Phil the thrill. Like, so does his Iron Man streak stay intact
No.
because he's a healthy scratch?
Yes, it does stay intact because it's regular season, not playoffs. It's Iron Man streak for regular season only, so it's safe.
Gotcha.
Which
This
is probably
guy's
why he doesn't
fucking
care that he got
laughing.
scratched, to be honest. Because if that would have ended, I feel like he would have been a little more vocal about it, but
Yeah, it's true.
it didn't really seem like he cared.
Getting paid, eating, living in Vegas. That's thanks, Bruce Cassidy. I really learned my lesson.
Yeah, and it's like, and so that was my favorite story from Gary Roberts, that they trained Phil Kessel for a bit until COVID hit, and then Gary was like, "Hey Phil, how about we work on that cardio?" And Phil just kind of laughed, and then I made a joke to Gary, but I said like 30-second shifts. Phil is everywhere. Like, guy can fly for 30 seconds, but after that he's done. And then Gary said the same thing, and he's like, Phil, why don't we try for 45-second shifts? And again, Phil just kind of laughed and just kept working out. He's like, no, I'm okay.
Why do 45 when 30 does the same thing?
I've been trying to tell Alex that for a long time.
Yeah, what's it like Kevin Malone from The Office? Why say many words when few words do trick?
Cass was a big Office
Yeah?
fan, so he would love
Because SeaWorld, that's why.
that.
Yeah,
Ocean,
mind you.
fish, China.
I'm not sure if you're saying Sea World or See the World.
Oh my god, this is already off the rails.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Hey.
So we've locked those predictions in. We'll see who the closest without going over is.
I think I'm gonna be the wrong. That's completely wrong, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just fucking took a shot at it. It's a bold move, Cotton. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
the way how it's.
Way she goes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want a good Mark Stone story, I've actually met Mark Stone before.
Is he as bitchy as he looks anytime the TV cuts him? He honestly looks like the crying Jordan.
Oh God, no, he was.
Every time I see him, I get angry. I honestly get so angry.
He's actually a really nice guy to talk to, and the best part was I didn't even know I met him. I had no idea. I had a
Oh,
conversation
he was
with him
lining
for
up
like
to meet you, and then
no, like
oh, okay.
I met him at a hockey rink, and I didn't even know I met him, and I didn't even know I was talking to him
That's
for
a
like
weird place
5-6
to meet
minutes.
meet a hockey player.
It was so weird. So like before I went to Sweden last year, I went and watched a couple of my athletes. They asked me just to go out and watch their tryout. They played the Cyclones, and they played the Titans, but they played in Castleman. But I showed up late. So when I walk in the door, you walk into the front door, turn left, there's a door to the arena. And the game was going on. So I just stood at the glass there. Anyways, I was just watching. Some dude was next to me and blinked twice. I was just watching and starts talking to me. He goes, how's it going? I was like, oh, it's you watching somebody. And we just start talking randomly. And next thing you know, after like 10 minutes, the period ended. I went and found my buddy. We sat and we watched. After the game was done, I go out and all of a sudden there's like these big line of kids just lined up. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what the hell is this? And it turns out the whole time I was talking to Mark Stone, just small talking him. Didn't even realize it was him. I don't know how stupid I can be.
He's
And I'm
probably
sitting there
so
going
insulted. He was probably like, "Oh, this guy definitely wants a picture."
And I had no idea it was him. So I'm sitting there going like, okay, I just had like this small talk conversation. He asked me if I was a hockey player or what I was doing there and about my business. And he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I said, I didn't really ask him much about his hockey because I didn't think about it. And then he just said he was there to see his cousin play and he was still around town before he left. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And Didn't even know it was him.
Wow.
No idea.
He must have felt like shit.
Imagine if
Oh,
you
man.
asked him if he played hockey.
Yeah.
The
What's,
Imagine
what do
the
you
that.
look
play?
he would have given you was like, "Is this guy serious?" Like he probably would have thought you were joking.
Like, I was just too focused on watching the game and watching my athletes.
I think that needs to be on your website or on your Facebook page for your business, saying like,
How
I'm so
focused he was.
dedicated. I didn't even know that Mark Stone was talking to me. Like, I didn't give a shit. I was so focused on my athletes.
Man, like if I would have known, I would have geeked out. I'd have been like, how's like, how do you like? I would ask them like a lot of questions about the NHL. Like, I just didn't even notice.
Yeah. At least it wasn't like somebody
Still fucking hate
really
him.
cool. Yeah. Cass, do you have any bets on the game tonight or what?
Yeah, I've got a couple. Nothing huge. Nothing huge. Couple goal scorers. I picked ironically against what I picked tonight, I picked Vegas to win. I figure if my prediction's gonna be wrong, I can at least make a couple bucks off it. Who do I have? Hold on, let me just check. I know I've got Pavelski to score and Marchessault to score as well. He's just it seems like every game he's on the score sheet somewhere. So
Yeah. Well, I
He's,
mean, like yesterday, 2 guys for Florida scored their first goals of the series. Duclair scored his first of the series.
Series or playoffs?
I think series.
Series.
Yeah.
Duclair scored before.
And then those other guys, 93 was what's his last name?
93.
Is it 93? The do something do
Duhagi
no fuck.
93.
on Florida.
Yeah, I was pretty
Lumber?
fuck. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was his first of playoffs last night that
Yeah.
he potted.
Back to the NHL playoffs. Like if you would have asked me round one, like I picked Florida to upset Boston just because I fucking hate Boston.
Mhm.
Like I didn't think though that they had a shot. Like I didn't think they were.
You still think they do?
Oh yeah, I think they have the cup locked.
You think they have the cup locked?
Yeah.
You got a hot goalie, man. What do you guys think?
That's all you had to say. That was
Well,
your opinion?
I'll let them talk because
Okay.
we've been talking like a fuck ton, and then I'll talk.
All right.
So, Cass, what do you think? Do you think Florida's got this locked in, or are they gonna have a problem with Vegas?
Whoa. Right before the horse, pal.
I mean, Vegas is going to win the series at some point. I can't see Dallas coming back from 3-0. I think it really depends on how much Dallas can put up with Vegas. Like if they can make them play another game, maybe two, and Florida just has that much more rest. I mean, Bob's played out of his mind. I think against Florida, because they had to make such a big push at the end of the season, they've been playing like this crazy fast-paced hockey for like what 2.5, 3 months now, where Vegas kind of sitting at the top has a little more laxy daisy coming into it. So whether fatigue hits Florida before it hits Vegas or there's a crazy injury, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna go a really long series. I can see them taking it, but I mean, Vegas is also so deep. I'd like to see an 8 seed win, to be honest, and I can't stand Vegas, so seeing them lose would be nice.
Yeah, like Batman will be like, "I'm the best."
Yeah, I won this cup.
Yeah, this cup is mine.
It'd be a good distraction from his Arizona embarrassment earlier this week.
Yeah.
So.
Scripted.
It's scripted that Tempe said no. Is that what
No,
is that your friend?
no, I'm just being an asshole saying scripted that Vegas is gonna win, so everyone forgets about Arizona.
Oh, well, they did that with covering up Chicago's misdemeanors with getting Bedard.
Yep.
They get a fresh start. Well, let's wrap up this question with Adam.
Well, I think Vegas has it. I think Florida's going to die. Just with like I get your point when he said like, oh, with depth, like they get more rest, and Vegas said they go like 2 more games, but at the same time, that rest period, if they rest like another 5-6 extra days, and then they take 2 days off. So say like they rest a week, that could screw up Bobrovsky like no tomorrow. He's out of routine. He's not in game mode anymore. And like you said, they started battling where Vegas maybe had lackadaisy at the end of the playoff series. Florida will die, and now Vegas will just do what Florida did. They'll just ride that hot streak and that meanness of hockey and all that. So I think that's why, my opinion, I think that Vegas has been there. Half their team has been there. Like if you look at it, like Marchessault's been to the finals. Mark Stone's been deep playoff run. Chandler Stevenson's been to the finals. Carlson's been to the finals. Nicholas Waugh, William Carrier, William Smith, Barbashev has won a cup. Petangelo has won a cup. Where I think where you come down to it, where your problem is where I'm looking at is Florida, when they get into those tough situations like they did against Boston. Like I get what they did against Boston was great, but Vegas clearly shown they can win with a fifth goaltender in nets. And that whole problem will not phase them, where Boston, it did phase them. So I think Vegas is just a whole other ball game.
A very sophisticated answer.
It was coach.
It's very coach.
So he's coach.
Very coach. Did you just name all those names off the top of your head? Or did you search up their lineup?
No, I have their lineups in front of me.
Yeah, I fucking thought so. I saw the glare in your face. I was gonna give you props, but then I had to call you out.
This is why I have I have my whole big setup for coaching here.
Oh shit! He has the two computers going.
Holy.
Who do you think is partying harder right now, Matty Tkachuk or Sergei Bobrovsky?
Oh, Tkachuk. 100% Tkachuk, man.
I don't know, man. I don't want to count out the Russians. Those guys can fucking party.
I don't know, man. Like I've had buddies who've been around guys, and I've been told that like Bobrovsky's a little like to himself. Like he's not that outgoing of a guy. Yeah, goalies are weird. So I don't know.
Hey.
What I've heard is that 100%. I think Tkachuk is partying harder, man.
Because I know Brady was partying with Brooks Koepka after that. Was it Koepka that won this weekend?
Yeah. Koepka. Yeah. He was really got into the.
Oh, his fucking.
Yeah, he really got it.
Blink the clap ratio wasn't very good.
He got it. He got into the Colombian whites.
Yeah.
I think Brady's the Tkachuk that's having the most fun though.
Oh yeah.
Especially watching Vegas win, he's probably like, yes, I will go and support my brother. And if it happens to be in Vegas, it happens to be in Vegas.
Honestly, I hated on Vegas when they first came in. I fucking hated their.
Still hate them.
The gold I don't like. I just don't like it. It makes the jerseys look shitty. It's actually not even the jerseys, it's the gloves that they wear that fucking anger me.
The white gold?
Yeah.
They just have too many colors going on. Every team has like 3 colors.
Yeah.
They're like, the red is unnecessary. If they just kept it like the gray, gold, black, fine.
Yeah.
But it's like gray, gold, black, white, red.
Yeah. It's already too many colors. So the big thing, obviously, yesterday, Florida wins. I mean, I don't think people thought it was going to happen in 4 games, but I think a lot of people had a feeling that Carolina just wasn't going to slow down the freight train that is the Florida Panthers. A few things that I'd like to bring up to see what you guys think. First, the hit. Bennett delivered. I don't know the guy. Slavin
didn't answer us when we requested him to come on the pod.
That's what you get for not fucking answering.
Karma.
So
Adam, he doesn't know what day it is, boys.
Yeah. But this is weeks ago. I've reached out to him twice. He left me on red.
Oh,
at least turn off your receipts if you're gonna ignore somebody.
Yeah. So we'll start Adam as a coach. Clean hit. What do you think?
Of course, it's a clean hit. Shoulder to the chest. Slavin came around that net. That's a dangerous area. That's where most hits happen from, is around that net, because there's nowhere else to go. They're left in a vulnerable position, and nothing more to say about it. It was clean.
I'm only asking. I agree. I think it was the cleanest hit. I'm just fucking bringing shit up because he was thinking, and that's all I had in my mind right now. But
yeah, that was a fucking clean hit. And I just want to touch Carolina's ads on their helmets is Top Golf. So is that like subliminal messaging? Was it foreshadowing?
I don't know, man. They've lost 12 straight games now in the Eastern Conference Finals, so maybe.
Sucks to suck.
Also, too, I had to laugh what Rob Brindamore said.
Oh, the
We didn't lose those 4 games.
oh
Did you hear him say that?
yeah, or
Something.
we didn't get swept.
Yeah.
We just lost 4 in a row. All right, tomato.
Uh,
Pretty
I get
sure.
what he was trying to get at, but yeah.
yeah. I totally got it, and I was like, you
I
didn't
mean,
have-
I think he should have said something along the lines of, "We were in every game,
Mhm.
but sir, you did get swept."
because they outshot Florida in all 4 games, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's that I follow.
they did.
I follow the stupid stats.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, buddy
Pretty
Tim, this guy's a fucking freak. Can guess, or not guess. He knows everybody's height and weight within 5 pounds and 2 inches.
Fuck, 2 inches is a lot.
Maybe it's less than 2 inches. Maybe it's 1 inch.
That's a weird stat.
Oh
isn't
no,
it?
I thought you were
That's
100%
very
being
weird.
serious.
No, I
Yeah.
made a joke. I just said
Okay,
2 inches is a
well,
lot.
I wasn't gonna call you out on your small PP.
Hey, it works.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
That's right. But I mean, it's like, well, to me, it was Liam McGuire. Liam McGuire. We had on. Guy called him the Rain Man of hockey. He'd yell out a year, and he'd be able to tell you exactly who won the Stanley Cup, who won against who, how many games.
We got an update.
Oh,
Marchessault just scored.
Is it a
Cass
2
gets his
parlay?
money.
You need
Right.
both to
No,
get money? No? Okay.
no, I've lost way too many of those. I'm just doing individual.
Cass,
Alright.
Yeah, Cass is the average better. I probably get about 3-4 screenshots a week.
Yeah, my buddy Brian at work just loves a good gamble.
Yeah, my brother's good at that shit.
Yeah.
The one time he had, I got a parlay for like 4 months. So he picked like championship games through different sports, and then he needed Italy to win the World Cup, and he bet $2 for the parlay, and he ended up winning like, I don't want to like over exaggerate, but like I think it was like $1,400.
Wow. Those are pretty wild odds. You must have picked some underdogs.
Yeah, he did all of them.
I would have probably threw down like a 5 or a 10 then.
Yeah, I know. He's a cheap better. I don't know, but what can you say?
Are we sick of Leaf fans complaining that they lost because of that one overturned goal? Yes.
No.
Oh, this is interesting.
They lost
Struck
that
a nerve.
series in more than just that one play.
Yes, Vanny is a Leafs
I
fan.
don't know. I kind of
So we're covering Eastern Canada on this episode. We got Leafs, Sens, and Habs. So Vanny, if that goal was counted, different series?
Much different.
You know who they
Every
should
year
bring
I'll
back? Optimus Rhyme. That guy would turn this team around.
Like take it in the wrong direction, you mean, and like end up at the bottom of the standings?
Just say put him as a backup or third goalie.
I like James Reimer. Big James Reimer fan. Nobody's got a better Adam's apple than James Reimer. Hands down, best Adam's apple in the league.
What? First off, it's wild you brought up James Reimer and then you bring up his Adam's apple.
Well, we have a couple.
That's some
We just gotta. I don't know. Just trying
That's
to.
some random thing
make
there,
some
Joe. That's a
connections.
random thing.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck! I remember what my question is now. It has nothing to do with officiating, but it does have to do with the Leafs. Kyle
Jeez.
Dubas.
Yeah.
Did he sink his own ship with that half-assed Oscar-worthy performance of just the toll that this season took on him mentally? The guy didn't have to strap on any fucking equipment. I mean, Jason Spezza doesn't seem like that bad of a guy to spend a year with, that it'd be that taxing on you.
Is that what he said?
No, I know what you mean by that, but I think he did sink his own ship, but I don't think it was in that sense
Because
where it's like
Shanahan came out the week before saying that they had a contract offer on the table, and then Shanahan's the one that rescinded it a couple days after that meeting, or not meeting, but press conference. I mean, clearly something was said that Shanny's like, you're no longer part of the Shanna plan.
I think that Shanahan felt that. I don't think Dubas 100% wanted to be there, or like he had like he wasn't sure where his mind was at. You know, like I know he said mentally, like it was a hard season. Like a lot of GMs can say that, and, like that's whatever. But it's that whole like, you know, tax on my family, and then he said I got to make a decision. I had to go with the family decision and what's best for them. And I think right there, just like Shanahan's like, what, all of a sudden you don't even know if you want to be here now? Like, you know,
kind of soft, to be honest, of an answer. Like,
Do you think he was kind of coming into the season knowing like, okay, if we don't succeed, I'm probably going to be the one getting the boot. So he was like already kind of mentally checked out. Like as soon as they got booted in 5 in round 2, that he was kind of like, okay, well, like it's coming now.
Good. That honestly could. Normally, they did it backwards because normally you get rid of the coach first. If something's failing, like Dubas did do a good job to bring in a lot of good pieces.
No. I think Shanahan is Sheldon Keefe's gone.
Yeah.
Shanahan just doesn't look like an asshole twice in the month of June, and he's going to make the GM fire him.
He's going to make the new one fire him.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that they were going to both go at the same time, to be honest. I thought he was going to drop both in the same.
That's what's normal. It's either both or the coach goes first.
Well, it was
normally
just
if something is toxic.
When Dorian came in and they let go of Boucher and Crawford. Oh, we'll let the new guy pick what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. They did the same thing in Montreal when Gordon came in. It was or did they wait for Hughes? I don't fucking remember. But regardless, they're just, management was just like, we're going to wait for, the next guy can make his decision, and the decision is almost always see you later. But yeah, no, Dubas fucking stuck the stake in his own coffin, and
he'll find another team soon.
Do you think he goes to Pittsburgh?
I think he does.
Yeah, Pittsburgh has already requested to talk to him, and Toronto's already given permission to them to talk to him.
And it happens so quick. Like so quick.
I'm pretty sure he's already been like in Pittsburgh and like seen some of the facility and talked to some of the guys too.
Do you think that Ottawa is an option for him?
No, because Dorian, they had to get rid of Dorian first, and there's no signs that he's going.
No.
New ownership?
Yeah, but if you're looking at the ownership, who knows? They know hockey, right? Like right now, now.
The people that are left, the people that are left know hockey. Like of the ownership groups, or sorry, 2 out of 3 of them are hockey minds.
Snoop D-O-double-G doesn't know much about hockey.
Yeah, well, he's with that business, right? Yeah. He's not.
He's just gonna throw money down.
Yeah, and I think there's sweet commentary.
I think there's going to be so many changes in Ottawa just with the ownership itself. I think it would be smart if they just kind of left the team continue where they left off in this season and kind of, have a little trial period to see how they do, because they have a young
how much
team.
more slack do you give Dorian and DJ Smith since like this year was supposed to be like Dorian came out and said, rebuild's over, we're ready to fucking party. And they were the first one passed out at the party and ended up getting drawing all over their face.
Well, Montreal was passed out far more before we were.
No, but we knew Montreal.
Put some respect on the Laval fucking farm team, all right?
As a farm team,
we are in a rebuild. Dorian came out and acknowledged that the rebuild was over.
Yeah. Our rebuild is like 4 fucking years.
But of teams that were out of a rebuild, they were the first. Ones. They were the first sleeping dog.
I think they'll see how they do this year and then gauge from that. Like you said, they've had 1 full season out of their rebuild. So, if you can't do it at all in 2 years and you say you're done rebuilding, then how well are you actually built? So yeah, I'd say this year is a really good test as to kind of what it's going to be like for the management team after the season, because they got to do something.
I have a real hard time taking Pierre Dorian seriously. I see him and he reminds me of a Muppet. Like he reminds me of Beaker from the Muppets.
This is a bash session,
Yeah.
not a podcast for playoffs. Just Joe's just bashing everybody. Oh my!
I mean, I'm not a DJ Smith fan. I don't like.
Yeah, I'm not a DJ
I don't like
Smith
the way
fan.
he's. I don't like the way he coaches. But I mean, what the fuck do I know? I don't fucking coach the NHL.
I mean, I think he's gone too. Like,
I like the.
I don't
Sens
think
team.
I don't think he's going to make it to Christmas.
No.
Well, that all depends. Is there going to be continued improvement? Because every year under his watch, there's been continued improvement the last 3 years.
Now
Like, if you look at it here, there's improvement, and I think that's like I agree. Like it's going to be a make or break year next year for, Dorian and for DJ Smith because, well, first of all, for Dorian, it's DeBrincat. You lose DeBrincat, who you bring it in, right? Because we could say like years before you saw Stützle develop, and you had Sanderson who had his first year. He's still developing. You bring in Jacob Chikrin, who's a great piece, but he only played at the end of the year, but still battling a little bit of injuries. And they can figure out the goaltending situation, and they can see that improvement with, last year they came out with 31 wins. Well, that's the most they've gotten since like 2016. I'm reading on my laptop. Yes, Adam, I'm not
okay. I was
just
gonna
pulling this
say
out here. Like at the end of the day, it's like there's still that continuous improvement. If there's that improvement, I think they stay. But if next year there's not that improvement, you can see, or if Dorian doesn't do anything to replace those guys, he's going to be gone. And if DJ Smith, if again they're not developing the players and they're not, there's no improvement in anything, depending on what Dorian does, then yeah, DJ Smith will also leave because they have the pieces and they have it there.
Do you think
They finished with 31 wins last year? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 31 wins, 35 losses, 8 overtime wins. So 39 wins in total.
Yeah. So I think it was November. They went 1 for 12. So the fact
and
that
I think next year though, something like that, and that's DJ Smith's job.
Yeah, 100%. You can't have that start again. I mean, you're fighting Mount Everest when everyone else is halfway up the mountain and you're still setting up camp. Like they were so far behind the 8 ball right to start.
Yeah, hired the wrong Sherpas.
What's that?
They hired the wrong Sherpas.
Exactly. Like, so yeah, a start like that and someone's getting sacked.
So Vanny, being a Leafs fan,
oh god,
this ties back into what we're talking about though. The usual topic, playoffs they get eliminated disappointingly, and which of the core are they moving? Would you consider moving, because it seems the most likely trade subject would be William Nylander? Would you consider a package, maybe Nylander for DeBrincat? Ottawa and Toronto have history of swapping.
They do have it, but I wouldn't switch DeBrincat and Nylander just because you already have Matthews in spotlight. DeBrincat is not gonna want to be a third line guy because
but he would replace Nylander on one of those top 2 lines with either JT or Austin.
He could, but the problem is that he's not. Will he really be that much of an improvement than Nylander? He is a shorter guy. He won't bring that much physicality like Nylander does. He might put up the same amount of goals. So to me, it's not like it's an improvement. It's just we've just taken one guy and just put somebody else in there. But we've already tried that. It didn't work. You need someone different in that position, different in that role.
So of the 4, would you trade Nylander? Would that be your trade or guy to move?
Yeah, I think it would be Nylander. And I'd be Nylander, and second would probably be Marner. I have a hard time with Marner just because he does so much. But I keep thinking back, it's like with Colorado. They traded away Duchesne, and all of a sudden they do really well. Duchesne was a really good player back then. Trade him away, they take that step forward. Right? A lot of people have that. A lot of people have done that. Look at Florida Panthers, Uyghur and Huberdeau go, 2 top players, but yet they bring in Matthew Tkachuk because he's a different asset and he's a different piece. they're dominating all of a sudden. So it's almost like
so what piece would you say? Just throw out a name. It doesn't have to be realistic, but like Nylander for who gets you that step forward?
I think you almost need a guy like Sam Bennett or Sam Reinhart or Matthew Tkachuk. You need that guy who brings that little bit more of a physical presence, but he can still put up points. I'm not looking at a goon here, but I'm looking more of a guy who can be that guy who I can hit. I can.
So maybe like a Josh Anderson then.
Josh Anderson could work, yeah, because it's like a third line guy. You need someone to absorb those minutes and who can also kill penalties at the same time. If you look at like Carter Verhaeghe, he's not a superstar whatsoever, but he can score. He can do what he needs. He can defend. He can score. Because you have Tavares, clearly, yeah, he's a two-way centerman, but he's getting older. He's slower, and sometimes his puck management in the offensive zone is questionable nowadays because he's getting slower. Matthews, we already know he's an elite sniper. Riley brings the puck up. Marner's all over the place, like the stuff he does, and he takes a little bit more risks as well. But when those guys failed, who really scored for Toronto?
Willie
did, but you can't put Willie on your back either because you don't know what he's going to be like in the D zone. Right?
Give me a lot to think about, Coach.
I think Anderson would be a great addition, unfortunately.
Well, and I mean, maybe a legacy comes back. What about Max Domi in the offseason? He'll be in a UFA.
He could be a good one.
Probably command around $4 million.
I think maybe a little less.
You think less than that?
Yeah,
I think he
so.
made
3.5.
Okay.
I think 3.5. Like, yeah, because if you look at it, like the guys that they have Toronto, like Sam Lafferty or Nola Carty, like those guys are physical. They don't put up points. Like they can defend fine, but they don't have that scoring touch. David Kemp, fine, defending, pounding kill, but there's no depth scoring. Michael Bunting's probably gone, so and the league refs and officials
but wait,
obviously hates
Michael
him.
Bunting
is that guy.
is only in the doghouse because of Sheldon Keefe. If Sheldon Keefe's gone, who's to say that Michael Bunting doesn't bounce back? Like, to me, Michael Bunting reminds me of a Brendan Gallagher or a Zach Hyman.
No, which is true. And the big thing, I think, is a big question about him. He spent, 2 years in Toronto now. Before he was in Arizona, he was nothing. Had a fantastic year last year. This year was he's fallen back down a little bit because of Sheldon Keefe in the doghouse. But now is this whole perception of him really going to be that guy. Where Brendan Gallagher was that constant, always moving up until now that his later age, but he was still constant that way. Like you stayed consistent. Where Michael Bunting had a little harder time.
So we'll let you play GM now, Cass. We heard what GM Van Ettinger had to say. DeBrincat, what do you move him for, or do you think he's willing to sign long term? And follow up, if you choose the long term option, what contract are you comfortable giving him?
What was his current contract? Any idea?
I know the one that they just had to like the RFA contract that they picked up is 1 year. Adam, is it 10?
What he has right now, or
like I think it's 10. I think it's 1 year at 10 is the option pickup.
1 year at 9.
1 year 9.
I mean, I hope he stays. I think he's a good fit with the team they have. He definitely adds a lot of speed and skill. He seemed to enjoy playing with the team, so I think as long as they give him a pretty competitive offer, I think he'll sign. I don't know if he'll go kind of like the Shabbat 8-year deal. I think he might kind of maybe stick around like 3 or 4, kind of test the water, see what it's like, and then another medium one after that. But then again, a lot of these guys are going for the big payday.
Yeah.
But we already have a couple big contracts, and we're going to have a couple coming up in the next few years. So how much money they're willing to...
Well, I mean, you guys got Stützle locked up. You have Shabbat locked up. You have
Like when
What's Kachuk's only got a couple left though, doesn't he?
yeah, but I think he stays.
Oh yeah,
I think he
so.
loves it there. The fans love him.
yeah.
It's a love for me. It's a love hate with the Kachucks. I fucking hate
love them.
I hate them, but love them. I hate to play
There's-
against them, but want them on my team.
They're so much fun to watch too.
Yeah, and
Like,
they're both the same person. Was their dad like that on the ice though? But he was a defenseman, so
No, he
it's
wasn't.
I don't think
he was a defenseman.
No.
Oh, fuck me.
I don't think he was as offensively skilled, but I think
Yeah,
he
he's
was.
a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Fuck am I thinking
He's
now?
thick.
yeah, he was a lot. He was a big boy. Well, still is, but
Yeah.
he.
I know for sure if you're asking about the Leafs and goaltending, it's going to be I have a funny feeling it's going to be Samsonov and Joseph Woll.
I think they go after somebody in the off season.
I think I agree with Joel on that.
How can you not put Joseph Woll though in the NHL after what he did? He's secretly really good.
He's secretly really good.
What, you don't agree with my analogy there or what?
No, there's just a lot of goaltenders that were secretly really good for a playoff run. Like, Cass, can you help me out? The guy really liked cheeseburgers. Oh, Andrew Hammond. Really good.
Cass is just
Secretly-
sitting there
secretly
doing
really-
nothing. You
secretly
just
really
fucking
good.
drive by.
You know,
Well, if we look at his numbers-
oh yeah, secretly really good for the Habs. Dustin Tokarski, that he was secretly really good too.
Right?
I don't know. I think that secretly really good Cal Peterson for the Los Angeles Kings. There's just a lot of flash in the pan goaltenders. There's a reason that Eric Chaldron was called up so often, and there's a reason they went and brought in dumpster fire Matt Murray. Like there's a hole in that wall.
There is, but at the same time, you also have to be smart about goalie development as well. There's a huge part of goalie development where you don't want to rush him. And there's that. He's 24 now. He's now spent 4 years in the American Hockey League. And he's always been called up to the NHL with actually not bad numbers whatsoever every year. And they're just slowly growing him into that role, in my opinion. It's like Dustin Wolf with Calgary. Eventually, someone's going to take a chance on him. He's going to say, if I don't get a start, I'm leaving and try to get a backup role somewhere. It's the same with Devin Levi, right?
Devin Levi is going to be that starting goaltender next year.
Yeah.
Well, Hellebuck has reported that he's linked to the Buffalo Sabres.
Okay, well then Devin Levi has to be going back the other way. You're not making a trade where Devin Levi isn't being returned for Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah. But there's the whole thing like this year with the Toronto Maple Leafs, 7 games played, 93 save percentage, 2.1 goal against average. And he's always averaged that every year.
Who's this? Sorry, this is Wool?
Just as Wool, yeah.
What if I threw out an interesting name, like a vet backup?
Like Patrick Roy, since we're bringing back old boys.
No, I was thinking more Jake Allen.
Fuck, you read my mind, bud.
Or Toronto. Or are you talking about Calgary or Buffalo?
No, Toronto.
Okay, Toronto.
Because I think Samsonov proved himself enough that he should be the starter for opening night.
100%.
And I think, like, if you look at anywhere he's played, the most experience or coaching he's had or mentoring was from Braden Holtby, and I'm pretty sure they only played like one season together.
Yeah.
Because Phoenix Copley was there before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then it was Samsonov, Vanacek, and they were both splitting time. Vanacek was like a old rookie. Like, I don't know, like I think maybe having a Jake Allen who's won the Stanley Cup is clearly okay being a backup.
He's not okay at it, but he's okay to be a backup.
Yeah. Like he's cool with it. Like he understands like he's Alex Moran of whatever team he's going to.
Which one would you get rid of then to make, or would you just have 3 goalies and send one down to the minors?
Yeah, I'd send Wool back down.
Yeah, you do 3 goalies.
Yeah.
What would you be willing to give up from Toronto's roster for Allen?
Give me a draft pick. I don't.
Third
Good
round.
draft
fourth
picks.
round.
Yeah. I'll eat some salary too. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's not gonna do anything in Montreal. He's just like you say, he's gonna be a backup in Montreal because
Or maybe I want Justin Wool if Adam says he's that good, and maybe give me that guy.
Toronto won't give Justin a will up for much.
No.
Nah, but there are a lot of good
Sorry.
goalies
I just want to
coming up.
clarify. You're saying it would be hard to acquire Justin Wool, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. I think if he's a time with Eric Shalgren, they do.
How old is Eric Shalgren?
We gotta look that up.
We need this guy on more often.
Adam is
how-
Googling.
Just have him in the working the phones.
Yeah.
And
Background.
who's that guy for Rogan?
Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah.
How
How old is he, Manny?
Yeah.
I keep. Oh, there he goes. I spelled his name wrong.
That's a silent K.
He's born 96, so he's 26 years old.
Okay.
He'll be
Ages?
27 this year.
All right.
I don't think Toronto goes out for a goalie. I think they do, but they got to get rid of somebody. They're not going to keep the three of them. They're not going to keep the three of them because they're not going to send him back down at 26 years old and be like, "Hey man, I know you like played good, but like, sorry, we're going to pick up a veteran to back up." So I don't know. I think if they go out and get a goalie to back up, actual backup, veteran wise, I think he goes.
An idea just popped in my head.
It's a bad thing.
No, it's a great thing. It's a great thing for the internet.
13 viewers.
13 viewers, baby. Connor Hellebuck to the Toronto Maple Leafs
Wow. Okay.
for goaltender of your choosing and
Matt Murray.
William Nylander.
So Matt Murray goes.
No, I meant of your two young guys.
Oh, I preferred Matt Murray.
Well, that wasn't an
Oh.
option.
So between Eric Shalgren
And Justin Wall.
Well, Eric Shalgren leaves.
Okay, so Eric Shalgren and William Nylander for Connor Hellebuck.
Would I do that trade? I think you need to add a little. I don't know.
You're getting a bona fide number one goaltender that you have not had probably since Eddie the Eagle left.
No, I'm trying to say like just if that's like the logically if the GMs would actually do that, I'd say there'd have to be some draft picks in there. But no, I think that would
Well,
be good.
the Jets are lacking scoring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
The lack in scoring,
Young
I think
goalie,
that's a fit.
young goalie,
and we know
return,
that
young goal scorer.
Hellebuck is gonna be gone. He's not returning. But I think that'd be fine. And then Eric Shalgren goes there, so you can get at least another somewhat of a 50-50 goalie, maybe, or a Shalgren can start
Yeah. I
with
mean, you need
40%.
to step up from David Riddick for sure, because I think Winnipeg's still a bubble playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, maybe they'll go after Jake Allen. I was really trying to sell Jake Allen.
Yeah, because yeah.
But I mean, Thatcher Demko, what's out of Vancouver? Maybe that's an option for Winnipeg. Maybe that's an option for Toronto.
Well, that all depends what Vancouver is going to want to do and what direction they're going.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody wants somebody in the locker room that doesn't want to be there, unless you're anybody that plays for the Arizona Coyotes.
It's true, but it also depends what they do. Yeah, it all depends what management is going to tell the players too. Like, are they going to go in there and say we're going to save the team, or are we just going to rebuild? Or management's got to have a plan for the players.
Well,
and it's
Vancouver
what the management
is,
does.
I think, in a rebuild or a retool, whatever you want to call it.
It's a hard retool. The problems they have.
Where did they finish in the standings last year? Bottom three in the West?
Last year?
Yeah.
Who's their first round pick? Jonathan Lekramaki. So I don't know, probably like 12, 15, somewhere in there.
Well, this year they finished 22nd overall.
Yeah.
So bottom, they're 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah, bottom 10.
Shanahan is now going from fired Lou Lamoriello because he wanted somebody young, somebody new, somebody fresh, the analytics side of it. And now it's almost like he's eating his words because we need somebody that's experienced. So, I mean, my pick to replace has been Mark Hunter, but that doesn't sound like that's where they're leaning with the veteran choice. So, of the veteran general managers available, who would be your pick to steer the ship for the Maple Leafs?
Is that question towards me?
Well, anybody is an open forum.
I don't think I know enough names that are people that are vacant, like that are not working, to take over for him. So I mean,
You know,
There's rumors going around that Stan Bowman might be allowed back in the NHL. Just putting it out there.
if Joel Kenville isn't allowed, then Stan Bowman will not be allowed.
See about that.
But that would be
I
an
don't know.
interesting name. Stan Bowman, I mean, Ray Shiro, George McPhee. All names. Mark Bergevin,
I was just gonna say, isn't Mark Bergevin vacant? Yeah.
Ron Hextall, Brian Burke, maybe come back to TO. Berkey?
I don't know about that one.
I'd love
Brad
to see Berkey's
Trevlin.
tie around his ankles
No.
one more time in TO.
His blood pressure's too high to be a fucking general manager.
What about
Especially,
Bob Gainey?
What's that, Bob? What's that, Cass?
I said, especially in Toronto,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
to jump right back in that market where you've already had some history. That's
Bob Gainey. That's a good. I haven't heard that name. in a
Bob
while.
Gainey. What about Brad Treliving? Jay Feaster?
And they also mentioned the name of John Chayka, the old Arizona Coyotes
Oh,
GM.
I fucking hope not. I'm
They
not
have
a
Jim
Leafs
Bennon
fan.
too. They said Jim Bennon too, so
Yeah, thank you.
I can fucking hear your pasties from over here.
I'm not a Leafs fan, but that to me, like if Montreal were to do that, they were to fire Gordon and Hughes, and then like Jim Benning and John Chicka were like in the running, would probably be enough for me to jump ship.
Wow. That's a gutty call.
not even
Very
giving
gutty.
them one year as a trial period, just immediate
Mhm.
gonzo.
Wow.
well,
I
the
mean-
Toronto Star here is named a bunch of guys who they think is the top 8 in the running for the
And who
Toronto's
wrote?
GM.
Sorry, who wrote this? Is this a Steve Simmons article?
This would be Kevin McCrane.
Okay, I have nothing against Kevin McCrane.
Do you know who that is?
No, that's why I have nothing against him.
Okay.
So, what does Kev say?
So he has Brandon Predam.
No, he's not in.
He has Lawrence Gilman.
Nope.
He's got John Chayka and Jim
No.
Bennon.
Nope.
He's got the former Calgary Flames GM, Brad Trevlin,
Mention him.
Stan Bowman,
Okay.
Mark Bergevin, and Peter Chiarelli.
Ooh, that would be a mistake. That would be a mistake.
So that's who he has as his top 8 guys, and I can see like maybe
You know what though?
one.
I don't really like this Kevin guy. If that's your top 8, that's a piss poor top 8.
This is what he has right here. So
Step it up, Kevin.
he has where is it here? Yeah, so
Yeah, that's. How do you feel about that, Vanny? Like as a Leafs
don't
fan,
like that.
if somebody were to tell me that's our top 8, I mean, I'd maybe start casting a wider net, maybe throw it up on Indeed for a couple weeks.
I don't know, man. But my thing is too is that maybe Toronto did go somewhere with this. Let's get someone new and just not recycle the same old guys over and over and over again. But
But they did that with
Dubas-
Doobie.
they did that with Doobie, but he never had an NHL thing where he did full time just NHL. He was the American Hockey League coach, but he didn't really do much with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, look at the Rangers. It seems like the Rangers assistant GM, who's been there forever, it seems like they're finally giving him a chance to be that GM and keep him there. Why not ask around for something like that? Someone who's been on a Stanley Cup championship team, but he's been the assistant GM.
So like what Tampa did with Julien Brisebois.
Pretty much.
Okay,
That's
so
where my
why wouldn't you look
mindset
at
is.
maybe Matthew Darche then, who's been a finalist as a GM for many years, and he's the assistant GM in Tampa right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Very
Why not?
smart hockey mind, Matthew Darche.
Fucking loved him.
Yeah.
What about Scott Mellenby? Another smart hockey guy who's been assistant GM for many years.
So you're liking my ideas now because I let you talk so you can ramble more.
What about Roberto Luongo, assistant GM in Florida?
I don't think he's been around. Maybe.
He was
I think
also
he'd be a
just
good one to
GM
bring
of
in.
Team Canada.
Mhm.
He also was. You're right on that one.
Shane Doan.
I was going to say Shane Doan. That was where my mind was going to. Something like that because he also did that Team Canada.
Yeah.
Mind you, though, he hasn't had that success, though, because he's with Arizona. That's the problem, right?
He might be looking for kind of an improvement though, especially with Arizona likely being somewhere else at like not this season but next season. He might want a little more stability in terms of where he's going to be living and working out of.
You know what,
I
though?
would've thrown
Actually,
him-
now that we said Shane Doan, I don't think so because he just drafted
Yeah.
his son.
Yeah.
I
He's a
don't
lifer.
think that's relevant.
You don't think you'd want to stay near your son? No.
Fuck him.
Well, who says his son's going to play in the NHL right away? It could be like 5 years.
What
he
else
goes-
is
he
going
goes
on
to
in
two spot.
Arizona, Adam?
Logan Cooley.
Yeah, and he doesn't even want to play there.
No, I know that, but like
He's all like,
that's what I said. We don't even know if he's
do I
gonna
make
be
a
in
lot of
Arizona.
money in the NHL or do I go back and play div hockey? I think I'm going to play div hockey.
Yeah, but like I said, Shane Doan hasn't had that yet. And if you want something more stability, and if you want something to, like he wants that challenge, Toronto would be a terrible place for him to start if he wants that because we know it's media based. We know how hard it is there. No, for him, I think that wouldn't be a good thing. If he was like with Florida or with Colorado or with Vegas for a while. Oh, George McPhee.
I
Toronto.
said that. I said that.
Did you say
one.
George McPhee?
I said George McPhee.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry,
That's
my bad.
okay.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of his name, but yeah, George McPhee is another perfect example because of what he did with Vegas. Those would be my ideas, but if I look at Mr. Toronto Star here with John Chaika and Jim Bennon and
That's
Peter
scary.
Cirelli,
All three of those names are terrifying to me as a hockey fan.
very.
You know who I
So-
think is going to make a good future GM? Corey Perry.
Want to back up that with logic?
I don't know. It's just a gut feeling I have that he's gonna, once he retires, he'll get into the front office
Oh, 100%.
and he'll crush it. Another person I think would be a good front office guy is Jerome McGinley.
Oh yeah.
I could see that.
I can see that. I can 100% see that.
Mhm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. How intense would that guy be looking down from the press box in Calgary?
Terrifying.
It'd be magical.
He's still in shape too.
Oh yeah. You okay? You got
As
a
in
cold?
shape
You
as
got
Rod the
sniffles?
Bod. Huh?
You have sniffles? You okay?
I'm okay. I won't die
You
on
little
you, Joe.
cold?
Don't worry. Allergies.
Allergies. What are you allergic to?
Just
Great
pollen.
fucking podcasts.
Yeah, I listened to one earlier.
Ah, you bitch. You bitch. You
I listened
bitch.
to a player development one. So we talked about player. It was Adam Nicholas, Montreal Canadiens player development coach. I love that guy. He has such great ideas and he's so knowledgeable. I love listening to his podcasts.
So sorry, did you answer who your pick was?
Yeah, I told you that it'd be someone who's been there for a long time. Like we
Yeah,
didn't
but you
mention
didn't
it.
throw
We
a
went through a
name.
bunch
So
of names.
George McPhee was the name you threw.
George McPhee and who was the Tampa Bay assistant GM? I'm blanking on his name now. Darsh would be the other one.
That's your doubt.
So those are my two picks.
Yeah, those are they're solid picks.
Like I said, when it
Yeah.
comes to GMs, I think that's the one thing that
Really?
don't give a flying fuck.
It's such an important. It's arguably the most important job in the organization.
Oh, 1000%. I'm not bashing the guys. It's just like one of those things, like one of the list of names that I don't keep track of.
I feel like I could probably name all 32.
Should we make that a deal?
Sure.
Should we do that right now?
Sure.
What's the over under on that?
32 NHL.
Are you like our bet MGM Cabby's coming up? Right now if you place bet it's minus 250.
Yeah.
So Joe, what did we get if you don't?
What do you want, Adam?
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Oof, I don't know, man. I don't know. What should I ask for here? How rich are you?
Oh fuck, bud. You're barking up the wrong tree if you're looking for monetary.
Jesus, Murphy.
Can we get an average Jocks hat if you don't get it?
Yeah, we can do that.
I get more than just hat. I get a hat and what do you have? Shirt? Something else?
I can get you a t-shirt.
T-shirt and hat. There you go.
Okay, t-shirts and hats. I can do that.
So what do you want if you win there, bud? Want my business?
No.
Well, that just sucks.
No.
I'll take one.
No, not. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant I'm trying to think of something that would
Adam's
benefit
sticking
the
together.
podcast. You skated with a few big name guys.
God.
I won't name drop, but next time you're with one of those big names, you try and get them on the pod. That's what I'll ask.
I will talk to them about it, and they say no. Sorry, man.
No, that's all I ask is a conversation.
Yeah. I'll go bug Joe Verbetic again.
Thank you. All right. So, Adam, I'm sure you already have a list up.
Oh, I've had a list up for a little bit now. So are we going in order?
Oh,
All right. Are we doing by conference? Are we doing alphabetical order? How do you
Alphabetical order.
Alphabetical
Make it much
order.
easier on me. All right.
Are we doing are we giving you a time limit here or what? No, so how about we give you as much whatever, not like as much time as you want, but you can only miss like twice, like once or you know what I mean? Like
We'll give you 3 strikes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Is that a fair? I was trying to think of that, Cass, but like a fucking master.
Do I give you the answers right away, or do I just, give you results at the end?
No, we will do it right away. I feel like it'd be confusing if I have to list and then you guys keep track. I already know right off the bat, Anaheim, I'm going to be wrong because Bob Murray was fired at the end of last season. I know that it was his assistant that got hired to replace him, and I can picture him in my head, but I cannot remember his name.
But none of your viewers can picture them in their head, so you need to give them a name so they can elite prospect later.
Yeah. I'm using my first strike against the Anaheim Ducks GM. I'm going to feel bad once you say it because I remember him being my pick for that job. But it was Bob Murray's assistant. I forget his name. Just fucking tell me. I already said I'm using the strike, Adam. I don't know what suspense you're trying to build.
Pat Verbeek.
Pat Verbeek, you son of a bitch. Hayden Verbeek's father. Okay, what's the next alphabetical? The Arizona
Coyotes.
Bill Armstrong.
Boston Bruins.
That is what's his name? Neely's the president. It is Don Sweeney.
Yep. Buffalo Sabres.
Kevin Adams.
Calgary Flames.
Craig Conroy.
Hurricanes.
Pardon?
Carolina.
Carolina is
Hurricanes.
Don Waddell.
Chicago.
Kyle Davidson.
Colorado.
Joe Sakic.
No.
Colorado's GM is Joe Sakic.
Why does this say it's not? This list here I have says it's not. But it is. But I'm confused now.
I
I
can't
don't
believe
know
you know all
why.
these names. I can't believe
Can
you
we
know
can
all
we
these
give
names.
Coach an X for the wrong list?
Uh-oh.
Because I know you're right, but the hell?
Who does it say?
No, it's not Joe Sakic in Colorado. No.
Then who is it?
According to Elite Prospects and this list, and it's Chris McFarland.
Well, that is
It's
news.
July 11th, 2022.
Sakic is still with the team, though, is he not?
Oh
Is he
yeah,
just
sorry.
in a
You know
different
what?
role?
You know what? Now that you say that, you are correct. He stepped
I am
down.
correct.
Or sorry, that's what I'm saying. You're correct. But you also are looking up the answers on the computer.
Well, because I'm not the one on bet here.
Yeah, I know, but you're super pumped that you're correct. You're just reading off the screen. So that's two
Okay.
strikes. Who's next? What's the next alphabetical?
Columbus.
Jarmo Kekalainen,
Yep. And then Dallas
Jim Nill,
and the Red Wings.
DVY.
Can't forget that guy. Edmonton.
Is fuck. I hate this guy so much. Kevin,
Another guy
no,
for the
sorry,
list.
not Kevin. It is fucking Detroit's guy. I'm too high for this. Ken Holland.
Yep. Florida Panthers.
Barry Zito.
Barry.
Pardon? Bill Zito.
Barry.
Sorry.
There you go.
Who is
Barry-
sorry?
LA
Barry
Kings.
Zito's a pitcher.
Barry Zito's a pitcher at the MLB, yeah.
Sorry, did you say the next team?
Yeah, LA Kings.
Oh, sorry, LA Kings. Rob Blake.
Wild.
Bill Guerin.
Montreal Canadiens.
Kent Hughes, but secretly
Nashville
Jeff Gordon.
Predators. Yeah.
Nashville Predators. To end this season, it's Dave Poyle. Next season is Barry Trotz.
Oh, he got it. The Devils.
That is, fuck. Ray Shiro. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
The Devils? It's not Brodeur. Brodeur is a special advisor. Would I know this person?
Oh, don't know.
No, but like it's not like a retired player. This is like a
Well, he played some.
I'm gonna use my third strike.
Well, yours all hats and stuff. Tom Fitzgerald.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up to. I didn't fucking know who that was.
Shall we continue down the list?
Sure, let's
I'm curious how many he actually does know. Oh,
Yeah, I know.
we'll say you've used your third strike. Next one, you're out.
Yeah. Okay. Who's next? What's alphabet?
Islanders.
That's the Godfather, Lou Lamoriello.
Gotta be Rangers.
I think I'm fucked on this one. Chris Drury is the president. What the fuck is the guy's name?
Like I said,
I can't think of that. I don't know who replaced Sather. It was Gorton, and then Gorton quit, and then Drury took over. But it's not Drury, because he's president of hockey ops. Screen frozen? So you gonna tell me who it is or
It's
what?
Chris Drury. He's both.
Oh, motherfucker!
I was waiting. Ottawa.
Pierre Dorian.
Flyers.
Flyers?
Yeah.
That's Chuck Fletcher.
You're wrong. It's Daniel Briere.
Oh shit! Yeah, it is.
I that's the only one I knew.
Yeah, he
Other
just
than
got
that.
fired. Okay,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, vacant.
San Jose Sharks.
Mike Greer,
Seattle Kraken.
Ron Francis. You say the St. Louis Blues?
Yeah.
That is
Blues.
Armstrong. Doug Armstrong
Tampa Bay.
is Julien Brisebois.
Toronto.
Vacant.
Bacon. Vancouver.
Patrick Alvin.
Swede. Yeah, nice Swede. Vegas Golden Knights.
He's Swedish?
Yeah, he is.
Wow, didn't know that. Vegas Golden Knights is Kelly McCrimmon.
Washington.
Washington.
I'm just impressed you knew this many.
I was gonna say I could probably name 3. The rest all just sounds like random names you're just shooting out to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Just some random names.
Brian McLennan.
Brian, yep. And then Winnipeg.
It's
Like
Kevin
what?
Cheveldayoff.
Hey, Joe,
Pardon?
what did you say?
What's he saying?
What did you say?
Oh, sorry, Kevin Cheveldayoff.
Yeah, you're right.
That sounds made up.
That sounds like a fucking Italian restaurant.
I met
Yeah.
him. Very nice guy. Classy guy. So I got 4 wrong. But really,
Yeah,
3
4 wrong.
because I knew Chris Drury but didn't pick him as GM.
Well, you
So
still own
I
your hats and
knew
those
I
shirts.
did not know 3, but I knew the 4th, but fucked up because I wasn't confident in my answer.
I mean, yeah, I would have. I think the amount you got wrong is the amount I would have got right. So
Yeah, pretty much. I can do the same thing, but with the captains instead. So,
Okay, let's fucking do that then.
all right, I'll pull away my computer.
Double
here.
or nothing.
What do you mean?
Okay,
We have
Laddie.
2 hats and 2 shirts.
No, I'll send you different merch.
Laddie,
Oh,
next
okay.
round.
You
and I
gotta
just
you gotta
put the
bring
name
it to
of the team.
Sweden though.
I'll bring it to Sweden. I'll wear it
Okay.
in Sweden.
What, Cass?
I said next round, Laddie. You and I just get to name the teams.
Okay, go. That's fair.
All right, you got captains?
Yeah, just not assistants, just captains.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you gonna Google it or are you gonna do it at the end?
No, just right now. Oh, sorry. I thought I was answering.
I could answer the captains. Okay, ready? I know them all by heart, man.
Okay, well,
Anaheim is vacant.
Anaheim's vacant.
Arizona is also vacant because Oliver Ekman-Larsson left. Boston is Bergeron. Buffalo is Kyle Okposo.
yeah.
What was the next team?
Yeah.
Calgary.
Calgary is vacant.
Yep.
Yep.
Carolina.
Carolina.
Jordan Stahl,
Yep.
Chicago.
Chicago.
vacant because they said
Yeah.
that Hayes isn't coming back.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Colorado.
Gabe Landeskog.
Columbus.
Columbus is Boone Jenner.
Love that name. I fucking
That's
love
awesome.
that name.
Dallas.
Jamie Benn.
Fucking
Red
good.
Wings.
Dylan Larkin.
Edmonton.
Connor.
Florida.
David. Pardon?
It's in Florida. You should be David.
Sasha Barkov.
LA Kings.
Anze.
Minnesota Wild.
That is defenseman fucking with the ears. Jared Spurgeon.
The defenseman with the
As opposed to his, well, yeah, Laddie, as opposed to his D partner who has no ears.
yeah.
Canadians.
Suzuki.
Nashville.
Sorry, Nashville Roman Yossi.
Devils.
Nico Heischer,
Islanders.
Anders Lee,
Rangers.
Fruba,
Senators.
Kachuk,
Flyers.
Giroux is gone. Who did they name captain? I'm gonna say Flyers is vacant.
Yeah, it is. Pittsburgh.
Crosby.
Yeah, sorry. They gave it to Malkin. So you got
Fuck.
it wrong. San Jose Sharks.
Couture.
Yeah. Karakin.
It was Giordano. Now I think it's also vacant.
Yep, it's vacant. Blues.
O'Reilly just got traded, so vacant.
Stamkos. Stamkos.
Stamkos for Tampa Bay. Reverse trick question. What team?
Plot twist.
I completely fucked that. Toronto.
JT.
Vancouver.
They just traded Horvat, so vacant.
Vegas.
Mark Stone.
Your beautiful buddy.
Your favorite player?
Washington Capitals.
Ovi.
And then the Winnipeg Jets.
Vacant because they stripped Blake Wheeler.
And you got all 32 of them right.
How do you like me now?
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, my dad would say, treat me like the pig that I am.
I'm kind of surprised how many teams have vacant captaincy positions.
Yeah.
And
Like, what was that? A third of the list just doesn't have a captain? Like, that's...
I think at least 6 teams.
Just
Wonder if that changes this year.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
who is your playoff MVP for the Panthers?
Bobrovsky.
Over Matt Tkachuk?
Yeah, he single-handedly Bobrovsky beat the Leafs. I would give it to Bobrovsky, and I'd put money on that too.
You would?
I would.
I would.
Regardless of if they win the cup, you think he's Conn Smythe?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the only person that's done that, was it not Patrick Roy? Or was it Marty Brodeur? It was one of those two when they were playing each other.
Yeah, but you said Florida. I went by Florida, what you said by Florida.
Yeah, but then it was a second question. Even if, like, to me, I can't think of anybody on Dallas or on Vegas that was more detrimental to their team getting to where they are, regardless of which one goes to the final, more than Bobrovsky having a hand in Florida getting past Boston, in getting past Toronto, and then getting past Carolina.
No, Bobrovsky's probably the only one.
Like, you know what I mean? Like nobody stole the show for Vegas. They went through a few goaltenders. I mean, nobody, like, they're getting well-rounded offense and defense. Nobody's, I mean, maybe Pavelski had a great playoff run for Dallas, but, like, to me, if it was up between Pavelski and
Rope Hintz has dominated the playoffs. Got 22 points.
But again, whatever, Rupe Hintz, Pavelski doesn't really matter. I still think Bobrovsky's more important to his team and has had more of an MVP playoffs than either of those two boys.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think Matt Tkachuk has played on an extremely different level than anybody else on the ice.
4 overtime game-winning goals or something like that.
Yeah, the guy's ridiculous.
Like, my top 4 for Conn Smythe would be Hintz, Tkachuk, Eichel, Bobrovsky.
Yeah, I like Jack.
Jack has done really well as well. For his first playoffs, putting up 16 points, that's actually really well. Like, if Vegas does win, it's the only person you can probably give it to on Vegas is Eichel. If Dallas wins, it's Rope Hintz. And if Florida wins, you could either go either way with Bobrovsky or Matthew Tkachuk. I personally think that Bobrovsky has been the most consistent true the 3 rounds right now. But it all
That's
again,
fair.
if Kachuk goes off and gets like a hat trick in the first game against, let's say they play Vegas, like Vegas sweeps, then yeah, then maybe possibly that Kachuk will get it instead. But if Kachuk dies a little bit in the last round and
How
Bobrovsky
does he,
continues
though?
his tear,
Yeah,
He's
no.
so hot, and I feel like he's so effective. Like, he doesn't need to score to be effective.
no, he doesn't. The puck just gets on his stick from what he does away from the puck.
Mhm. Which is it admirable in that type of player, because it's a player that creates chances for themselves. Like Brendan Gallagher, who's fucking 5'10" and goes to the corners and goes to the front of the net and gets dirty rebounds. Brady Tkachuk plays an identical game to Matt. Josh Anderson, same along the wings in the corner to the front of the net. Like, there's just something about those gritty guys that you hate playing against them, but they're a national treasure.
Yeah.
Who do you think the last guy was to win the Conn Smythe, but not the Cup then the same year?
Either Roy or Brodeur.
It was a goalie, but neither one of those two.
Tim Thomas.
No, Tim Thomas won it when
he
Boston
won it,
won
yeah.
against Vancouver in 11.
Wow.
Is it more recent?
You want the year?
Sure.
2003.
Oh, fuck.
Get away from your computer, Adam.
03. Would that have been J.S. Jaguar?
Anaheim. Yeah, Anaheim.
Yeah.
You betcha.
So it was Jaguar against Brodeur in the finals.
Yeah.
Jaguar won it.
Jaguar won it.
So you know what? That's probably what I fucked up in my head was Colorado.
Yeah, that's fair.
Colorado Anaheim.
That's fair.
So Ron Hextall also won in '87 when he played for the Flyers.
He's a weapon.
He used his stick as a weapon several times. I love that.
Reggie Leach for the Flyers in '76. Glenn Hall for the Blues in '68.
Glenn Hall, tiny man.
Roger Crozier, '66 for Detroit. And that's it. Those are the only guys that have won it. Surprisingly, they're basically all goalies.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of goalies who just won it, period, for the Conn Smythe. Like Vasilevsky, you have, let's see, Tim Thomas, you have Cam Warren, Shigear, Tim Thomas, I said that, Patrick Roy.
I mean, honorable mentions
Patrick
of
Roy
goaltenders
again.
that could have won the Conn Smythe. Henrik Lundqvist bringing New York against LA. Carey Price a couple of years ago getting them to the finals against Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to mention, I just noticed, loving the Molson X Michel Mardy. I don't know if that's like a license plate or a towel. Adam?
Yeah.
That Molson X, that's huge. That's game-changing. Michel Mardy Molson X, let's go.
I used to love that.
They're my old grandfather's golf towels.
Yeah, no, Michel Mardy Molson X, huge.
That's dope.
Huge. That was a staple in the home.
10-41.
Yeah, at the end of the game, the hockey gloves would come on and crush the bottle caps to the stars. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I have
remember that.
all just my famous wall that I have here, where I have like a bunch of different stuff. So
okay, well, I can get you an average Jocks shirt to put up there.
I got you a Cunha of hockey sticker to put up.
Yeah, we can do a trade. We'll get a picture.
Yeah.
Like when they do the exchanges at center ice at international tournaments. Here's a little
bit of this, a little bit of that.
Who's going to be the referee? Because usually the referee's front and center there,
Wes McCauley.
Wes McCauley. So we're going to call Wes McCauley to get on the podcast just to do a picture like this.
I would love that.
That would be wicked.
Would it happen, though?
No.
And you also get a game
Maybe
puck.
Tim Peel or Kerry Fraser.
Oh, get Tim Peel. You would love that. He's a decent dude.
I think Kerry Fraser was the last ref not to wear a helmet.
Yeah, because you see that beautiful hair?
06 playoffs.
Dude, you can't hide that hair.
No. Exactly.
Just like mine.
Looking great. That's a great cut.
Thank you. I got it in Sweden. It's a Swedish cut.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
What are they? How do barbershops work in Sweden?
With scissors and razors, and you sit in
Yeah,
a
but like
chair
I don't know,
and-
like what's the vibe? Like what are we vibing with?
So, big thing about Swedes, and this has a lot to do with the NHL playoffs. They are so particular about their hair.
Yeah,
They don't care about the clothes they're wearing, but the hair in the gel has a fleece back, and it's almost like it's not like here. It's just like a hairdresser. There, it's more like it's like a stylist. Like like you pay a lot more money to get
so
your hair
like
cut there.
don't mess with Zohan kind of vibes.
Pretty much.
Wow, silky smooth, baby.
So they love their hair, man. Like hair is like the number one thing. Like I remember when I went there for the first time and I didn't have hair gel. And of course it was like a Sunday afternoon where we had this, and it was like early in maybe it was like at noon or even 11 o'clock in the morning. And I just of course just put my hat on and I took my hat off and my hair was just wild.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they all made fun of me. They all just made fun of me. They're like, "What are you doing with your hair?" I'm like, "Man, it's Sunday at like 11 o'clock in the morning, 10
Yeah,
o'clock in the
Sunday
morning."
fun
I'm
day,
sitting there
baby.
going
Fuck off.
like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, your hair's all over. You got to do your hair. Like, where's the hair gel?" It's like, I don't have hair gel. Like, I kind of just use water and brush it. There you go. Oh, and of course, I'd like the next day, like 3 of my players bring me hair gel and they're like, "You need to have your hair done, slick it over, it's got to look good." And I'm like, "Oh my Lord."
That's awesome.
As Cass fixes his hair.
So what? How long is a stylist? Like
I mean,
Like-
how long?
well, like
Like,
how
how long
long?
does it take?
Like I feel like a stylist, like you're in there for a while. If you're seeing a stylist,
To cut my hair, it'll take about 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
So like a barbershop.
but like
Yeah, but
you're
it's
not
not like-
getting like. I mean, at least the last time I seen you in person, like it's not like you're rocking like a fade or anything. Like it's just like an average cut.
Like I tell you, man, the guy
40
I go
minutes,
to, and
Christ.
I love the man I go to. Like he's such a great dude, and like
What's his
he
name?
takes it.
Give this guy
I
a
don't know
shout
his
out.
name. I don't know this guy's name, man.
You don't know his
Um,
name,
He's gonna fuck up
and
your
you let
hair.
him cut your hair.
Yeah.
Him and I have a good communication because he has a hard time speaking English.
So you just point to the picture on the wall. I want that.
I show him a picture on my phone what I used to get, and then he does speak some. He goes, "Can I add a little to it? Like, can I add a little?" It's like, go ahead. And what he did was amazing, and
Can you
he
get
did
a
an
little
amazing
closer to
job
the
with
camera? I
it.
want to see. I want to see
See
this
what,
cut. Take the hat off. Get a little closer
dude?
to the
It's
camera. Oh, I can see that, the detail. Yeah. Very
yeah, you see nothing.
nice.
But
Shout out to Bilal's hair. Bilal's chair.
Yeah, you love that guy.
Love Bilal. Great guy. All right. Well, this has been an unorthodox episode of Average Jocks podcast. Next week, Joe Corvo.
Yeah.
Hope he rocks a fucking mohawk.
Is that what he's got going on right now?
Well, I don't know. That's what he had in the playing days, and I loved it.
He said he wanted to talk about his time with the Sens, so
Sens and Canes. I don't know. Those are the only two teams I remember he played for, so I'm not sure who he didn't want to talk about. But Sens and Canes. Go Kitties. All right.
yeah. Thanks for coming on, boys.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. Coach Adam, we'll be in touch.
for sure,
All right. Take care. Brush your hair.
Yeah.
I will brush my hair and put gel
Don't
in
forget
it.
the gel.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget that.
I'm a good Swede.
You are.
Moral of the podcast: don't forget the gel.
Don't forget the gel.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Don't
the
Put
forget
that
the
on a
gel.
t-shirt.
that'll be the title of the episode this week.
All
Don't
right, you
forget
guys
the
take
gel.
care.
Thanks, boys.
Later,
Peace, boys.
guys.
Yes.